Okay, hey everybody. I am here with Sam Kimberly, and we have a big announcement for you guys. Some of you may have already heard about it, but if you haven't, this is our opportunity. We wanted to really come to you, us telling you what this is all about. But first, I want to let Sam to introduce herself, and then I will come back and introduce myself in case you don't remember who I am. Sam?
How could they not know who you are? Well, I'm Sam, and I don't have a podcast, but I host a Facebook group. I've got a website, and I host book groups. I've been interviewed a couple of times on Stop Writing Alone, but my business is called Creative Life Scholars. And we use books to self-development, personal development books to learn about ourselves, really dig deep into the books and into ourselves to kind of pull out everything that's blocking us and our success and our creativity. So that's really what I'm all about. And I am just really excited about this retreat, and I'll pass it back over to Nicole.
Okay, so you guys, like I said, may already know me, but in case this is your first time and you just showed up at this video, I'm Nicole Rivera. I'm the host of the Stop Writing Alone podcast. I also have a slowly budding YouTube channel here where I'm sharing writing prompts every single week. But my real passion is building community and helping creatives find their purpose. Sam and I connected through the Stop Writing Alone community, also through Don't Keep Your Day Job, if you're familiar, Kathy Heller's group. So we have a lot of similarities in, this world that we love to build. And I am part of Sam's Creative Life Scholars, which has been pretty monumental. So if you are wondering why we're here, we've come together over our passions for writing, because Sam is also a poet. And also our passion for community building. And we created an event called the Ever After Spring Writing Retreat. It is ladies only, so I'm sorry guys, we will be catching up with you at some later time with some other awesome, but this is a ladies only writing retreat that's going to happen in Deep Creek Lake, Maryland on the weekend of May 15th through the 18th. That's a Friday through a Monday. And we have some pretty awesome stuff planned for you. So it's 4 days, even though it's a weekend. So it's Friday to Monday, and Friday is going to be like our meet and greet. We're going to go out to dinner and then just get to know each other. And then Saturday and Sunday are going to be the real meat and potatoes, as it is, of the retreat. And then Monday will be our farewell breakfast and checking out. But we have arranged it that each of us are going to take on one of those big days, take the lead to sort of take you through various exercises and activities. So since Sam has the honor of taking on Saturday, the first day of our activities, I'm going to let Sam talk to you about what she has planned.
Sure. I also wanted to just also mention that all the meals are included. I think we're going to go over logistics too, but just so that we don't forget, because we're just doing this. So all the meals are included, and we'll talk more about the house soon. But in the house, everyone gets their own private bedroom. So when we come on Sunday, we'll do our welcome dinner, and then Saturday, I will be leading the main activities. So Saturday is really all about digging deep into ourselves and figuring out how we see the world and where those constructs came from. So in a lot of ways, computers are like us, but we're like computers. And we have these things running in the background, how we pick up malware from visiting different websites, or we pick up just the way that we're created. We're all created a little differently. We have these stories from childhood. We have these stories from our culture that build onto each other, and they become these things that run in the background. And when we're trying to write, when we're trying to tell our stories, even if it's not through writing, however we tell our stories, whether it's in our business, whether it's through our writing, whether it's through our art in any way, we have these things in the background. And a lot of the time, we don't even really have an awareness of what they are. And they're running in the background and they're impacting us every single day. So we're going to dig deep and figure out what those things are, try to make peace with some of those things, and do some connection also with our bodies. I've been very inspired by the book, The Body Keeps the Score, and we hold a lot of those um, stories inside of our bodies, not just inside of our souls, inside of our minds. So we're going to be doing some mind body work as well to integrate what we're holding inside, and maybe try to release some of that as well. So we're going to do a lot of that deep work so we can bring it all up for day 2. So I'll pass that back to Nicole and we'll talk about day 2.
Yeah, so Sam and I did a lot of work in planning both of these days together and making sure that everything is interconnected. So in working through everything that Sam is going to do with us, because I'm going to be right there with everybody, getting all the uglies out, I am taking that and spending Sunday using our craft to build on it. So we're going to start with like some kindness, because I know Saturday is going to be beautiful but difficult. So we are going to begin the day with, of course, writing, but writing in a way that is kind to ourselves and really staying in the mindset of what we've been through, and working our way through that. Also, Sam is going to talk in a minute about the location of where we are, but it's really a beautiful space. Not just the house. I mean, the house is really, really quite nice looking, but also where it is in Deep Creek Lake. As the name says, we have a lake there. It's a lakefront property. We're surrounded by trees and mountains and everything. So my goal for Sunday, was to take all of that personal work and then transform our storytelling and make us feel free in our bodies, in our writing, in our storytelling. And my tools for that are being kind to ourselves, getting in touch with nature, and getting in touch with a little bit of our silliness, and really just having some fun. What happens, I don't know about you guys, but what always happens to me when I get a little bit uncomfortable, I start laughing. Get the giggles out. So we are going to have a number of writing activities throughout the day, as well as just community building and connecting around our writing. But we are also going to have a couple of activities that get us really pushing the boundaries of what we're comfortable with, and in a fun way. Sam's going to give us like that uncomfortable but healing, and I'm going to give you that uncomfortable but hilarious to sort of end off. And it's all going to feed each other. I just know we're going to come out of this 2 full days feeling so refreshed, so in touch with ourselves, more in our skin, and more in touch with each other. So I'm not sure that we mentioned this, but it is a very small community that we're talking about here. We have room for 5 women, and 2 of those spots have already been taken. We didn't want to make this very big because we want to have those deep connections with everybody. So with that said, I just want to toss it back to Sam for a minute so she can tell us a little bit more about Deep Creek Lake, because while I am already enamored with the space, she has a lot of personal experience with it, and as such has really hooked us up. So Sam, let us know. What do you know about Deep Creek Lake?
Yes, I love Deep Creek. We actually go to Deep Creek. I live in Maryland. I live in Baltimore. And we go to Deep Creek multiple times a year. We're lucky enough to have, our family has a house there. That's not where we're staying, because it was really important to me to find a location for this retreat that is more centrally located, but also where we all have our individual rooms to go back to, because we're going to be doing a lot of heavy work. And if you need to take some time to yourself and not be with the group, and just take some time to reflect on your own, you will have the space to do that. So that's really important to me, that everyone has that space, but we're all still together in the same house for when you're ready to come back and be with the group again. So the house is in a, all of Deep Creek is rural. It's got mountains, there's a lake, obviously Deep Creek Lake, there's a big lake, all the houses are mostly around the lake. And this house is on the lake, it's a lakefront property. And it's right off the main area, but it's still very, you'll feel like you're in the wilderness. Like I actually went to the house to scope it out, to see what it would be like there. And it is dreamy. It's, when you think of just like the most beautiful, dreamy house to have this retreat, it's perfect for what we're going to be doing. The house has lots of community spaces and places where we can all sit together, eat together, and be together. One of the nights we're going to be cooking together. We'll be spending lots of time together in the space, and then also plenty of places to walk around, sit by the lake, relax by the lake, and also just, walk around in the wilderness too. It's very close to the state park that's there, so it's a beautiful area, very much in the woods, and there's wildlife around, but we're in a safe space, so you don't have to worry about that. But it's in the wilderness enough that it's going to be very peaceful and healing and transformative. And so we also wanted to talk a little bit about why us, like why are we doing this, and why do we feel like we'll be good guides for you. So I just recently came back from the Glow Retreat with Kathy Heller. I've had a couple of experiences on different retreats. I've always been passionate and interested in healing work. It's always drawn my energy I've always been drawn to that kind of work. And Nicole and I are both like very much on the same page about that. And we feel very much like it's important to give our energy to others, to help them heal and to help them grow. And so that's, both of us have businesses that are centered around that. We do work, and we purposefully put ourselves out that way all the time. So we're just excited to give you that experience and allow you to grow with us on this retreat. So I'll pass it back to Nicole.
Yeah, just a little bit more about me, if you're not familiar, of my training and what has come kind of before Stop Writing Alone and some alongside it. I was trained as a coach for many years. I was a teacher coach, but coaching is coaching and lifting people up in the creative endeavor or the life that they want to do. These are skills that I feel blessed to have gotten in my previous career and can now translate to my audience now. Also, more recently, a dream of mine has been realized that I have been trained in Reiki healing. So when Sam is talking about this commitment to healing and feeling the energy and really being kind to all of that level of what's going on with us, very much my wheelhouse. That is a deep passion of mine, and like Sam said, I'm very comfortable with sharing all of that kind of stuff with you and helping you get to that point. I mean, I think that's one of our goals here too, is to help everybody feel more comfortable in sharing all of those types of things. Because for me, as somebody who is coaching writers right now, I feel that being more in touch with yourself does make you a much better writer. You have to fully understand the human experience, and the one human that you have the most experience with is yourself. So if you're not free in that expression, you will always be bound with everything that you write. So it's part of our goal to bring all of that liberation and healing to you so that you can bring it to future audiences in your own writing. But yeah, my coaching, my Reiki, and then just Stop Writing Alone and my local writing group, Staten Island Writers. I've had this wonderful experience of connecting people and building communities that do last. One of my great joys is when I can step out of a room and find my community still chatting. I mean, it's something that I loved in my classroom when I was a teacher. So it's just something that's always um, uh, something that I strive for. And it's something that I really, really hope for the women that come to the Ever After retreat. Again, Sam and I will stay connected with you like far beyond this weekend, but it is my dream and hope that you will create friendships with each other that will also extend beyond. And I think we can definitely make that happen. So I don't know, Sam, what else do we have to share with everyone? I guess it's just about getting to the nuts and bolts and
I
how.
think so, yeah.
Okay, so if you're interested in joining us or at least getting more information, we created a landing page so that you can give us your information and we can connect with you. So I'm going to just share that screen right now. So as you'll see here, the Ever After Spring Writing Retreat, the link will be in, as I call it, the doobly-doo. And that'll take you right to this page, which has your basic information here of the dates and the location. And all we would need from you at this point, because remember, there are only 3 slots left, is your email address and your name so that we know you are interested in one of those slots. And if you have any questions about what's going on, that's going to get you connected to us directly. But also this page will serve as kind of like a notebook, like a little cliff notes of everything that we've said to you in this video here. So I didn't mention it before, but this picture right here at the top of the page is one of the rooms in the house, which is gorgeous and I can't wait. So we have, not only is this like a cliff notes of everything that we mentioned here in the video, but you can also see a couple of snapshots of the space that Sam was talking about. This is the lake. This gazebo is actually, I'm right, Sam, right? Isn't this right in front of that house, like down
Yes, it's behind the property. It's like the
behind the
part of
property? So
backyard.
this is like right, this isn't some other shot of the lake from far away. This is actually from the house. This is the house itself. What? And there's some more of the community space like Sam was talking about. So there really are a number of spaces. And if you guys head over to @StopWritingAlone on Instagram, I did do a post last week that has a couple of other shots from the space as well. So just in case you want to check that out. But these are the details that of what the cost is for the weekend. Again, just putting in your email and your name at this point is not going to charge you. That is just saying I'm interested, but this is the cost. Again, Sam mentioned it on the top. All the meals are included, and that that includes when we're going to be going out and snacks in the space while we're working through everything. Everybody gets that private room, which I do believe, like Sam said, is going to be so important for our downtime and recovery. As much as I say stop writing alone, there is value in our alone time for recharging, and we are going to need that with everything that we're doing. And our 2 full days of programming, again, we have given you broad strokes idea of what we have planned, but we have everything planned for the entire day. I would say, Sam, we had about 6 hours of each day, right? Each day we
Yeah.
planned 6 hours, right? So, yeah. So the total estimated value of this is definitely like well over the $2,000 mark. But we are really excited about bringing this to a small group for the first time. So we looked at what do we need to cover costs, and we said, you know what, we can offer this up for $1,200, and that is a savings of $1,000 math. But yeah, so we're getting closer and closer to May. This is the time that you want to let us know you're interested. You want to make sure you don't want to miss one of those spots. Again, ladies only. So, but let us know up on this top spot here. Real simple. Just your email address, your first name, your last name, and that'll get you connected to us for the Ever After Writing Retreat conversation. But that I think is it from me. Sam, do you have anything else that you want to share with the group?
I was just sitting here thinking to myself, maybe there's something I want to share. Maybe just something a little
Oh,
sneaky.
good. Oh, yay.
So it's just a little surprise, little thing.
Goody.
Um, so like I said, I really know the area of Deep Creek very well. And we were just up there. We spent 2 weeks there, and I found out that there's a seasonal ice cream place, and it's only open for a couple of the months of the year. It is the best ice cream I've ever had, hands down. I can't find ice cream close to our house that even compares to this ice cream at the lake. It is handmade. It is the most fabulous ice cream ever, and it is very close to the house where we're staying. So I found out that they are going to be open while we are there, which is a huge surprise because I didn't think that they were open that early in the season, but they are. So we will be making at least one trip to get handmade, the best ice cream. And then also when we get the ice cream, they have this beautiful area right outside where you can sit and overlook the lake.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
up very high, so you get like this just gorgeous view of the lake and the land and the mountains while we're all sitting and eating and enjoying our ice cream.
Ah,
So that's just one thing that we're going to be doing. We have so many little surprises and little
oh,
moments.
everything is better with ice cream. So that's ice cream. I
So
love it.
that's just one thing that I
I
wanted to
got
share.
excited. I was like, I don't know what she's going to share. Sam has been very like, we shouldn't tell everybody what's happening beforehand. And it's killing me. So she said she's going to share something. I was like, what is it? And then she started talking. I'm like, it's the ice cream. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. I can't wait. I mean, that's the thing. Sam and I are so amped and excited because we're going. We're there. It's already happening. And the two ladies that signed up already are like, "Ee." Oh my God, I'm super fans of both already. So I know we already have a great weekend in store. So if you're feeling the vibes, because vibes are there. If you're feeling the vibes and you're thinking, I will say this. Yeah, I just want to end off with this, Sam, and I think you'll agree with me. And I know Sam has to go, so I'm going to try to do this quickly. Um, I will say that if I had seen something like this a little over a year ago, I would say that sounds amazing, but I can't. But I can't, right? I mean, Sam knows me. She knows my journey. Um, and I could give you a litany of reasons why, oh, I'm a mom and who's going to watch my son. And, even though my husband's here, it's just like, I can't leave. How will they eat? What will happen? How irresponsible of me. This is, the voices. But last year, actually this weekend, last year, it was exactly a year ago this Friday, I took my first ever solo trip. I went to Los Angeles for Kathy Heller's Dreamtopia event. And that was only because Kathy Heller herself wrote me an email and said, I want you to be there. I'll even send you some money for a plane ticket if that's the one of your excuses, to help me out. She didn't pay the whole plane ticket, but something. And I was like, okay, that excuse is gone. And then I said it to my husband. I'm like, Kathy wants me to go to this thing. Isn't that crazy? And he's like, you should go. I'm like, oh, excuse two gone. Husband is even on board. I'm like, but that means you'll have to. He totally understood, and I went, and it changed my life. It changed my life. There was never mind that the weekend itself was an inspiring experience of the people that Kathy had shared with us. But just that act of doing something for me and being surrounded by these like-minded people who I'm still connected with, and still there's a number of them that I am literally talking to every single day and keep me sane through my life. um, that is everything. And I believe that this weekend is going to be that for 5 women. If you are sitting there and you're saying, I can't, and you have the list of excuses, I ask you now to challenge all of your excuses and say, well, what if That's not true, because that's what happened to me. And it really was external. Like I couldn't do it for myself, but I said things out loud and people like just shot them down, and I ran out of excuses, and I went and it changed my life. And I wish that for every woman I meet. So I wish that for you. And I think this could be your opportunity. It does, and you know, I'll say this. I shouldn't say this now. It doesn't have to be this, but do it for yourself in any way. I think this will be awesome though, because I want to meet you and I want to talk to you about it and be with you on that first gift to yourself. So that is my thing, Sam. That is part of my big excitement about this, is being there for people who are doing this for themselves in a way that maybe they never have before, because it's huge.
I love it. I love it. I feel the same way. I think that that is perfect. Absolutely. And I felt that very way very much when I went to the Glow Retreat in California.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just really need to get rid of all of those excuses and go for it. So yeah.
Absolutely. Alrighty, so the link will be down here. Sam, where can people connect with you if they want to just like reach out to you individually?
Yeah. So Sam Kimberly on Instagram, or samkimberly@gmail.com.
Okay, cool. And yeah, I've been having a lot of fun on Instagram lately. So I have the at Stop Writing Alone on Instagram, but also the Stop Writing Alone, the group on Facebook is where you could really interact more. So if you look for Stop Writing Alone with Nicole Rivera and ask to join, that's a real easy spot as well. But I hope to hear from you guys soon. I'm going to be checking to see whose email pops in for me, because I really want to connect with you and make this happen. And I wish you a great weekend. And Sam, thank you so much for taking the time to do this and introducing yourself so everybody gets to know you.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
Exciting. Retreat.